Welcome to Women Leading AI, where women are using AI to the best of its ability. And we are so excited about having Karen Fitz. Karen is a woman who is using AI, and she's not afraid to share and talk about how your next best hire is AI. Karen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Karen, tell us a little bit about your history and then tell us how you got started in AI.
Okay. Well, when I look at my resume, sometimes I feel like it's all over the place, right? I was in insurance and compliance for about 15 years, and then I pivoted to education, and I taught business and economics in Shanghai, China for a little while. Then I spent some time in Bogota, Colombia, teaching business English. And then when I returned home to the States, I went into sales. And I said I would never go into sales, but I was an account manager. And so then, I don't know, I feel like all of those roles just kind of, helped me to be in a position where I am today, trying to help small businesses implement and adopt AI. So I will tell you, a mentor of mine while I was in corporate, she was taking a leadership class, and she asked me if I knew about ChatGPT, and I said no. And so I started using it, just editing, emails and, notes. And then I fell down a rabbit hole. Then I started doing coloring books.
Those rabbit holes.
I loved it, right?
Yeah.
And then coloring books and journals and self-publishing. And then I thought about, well, I can use this in business. I built a couple apps to help businesses develop SOPs and then executive briefs from messy notes. And then it's just, I saw AI consultant out there and I said, oh, well, let me look into this. And then it just kind of snowballed into helping small businesses. So that's where I am. I love it too. So.
Wow. So your career has taken you from insurance and compliance to international education and now AI operations architecture.
Yes.
Because you build. So you are an architect.
Yes.
So looking back, what experiences in particular most prepared you for the work you're doing today?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. And it's somewhat of a hard question as well because, anything from helping a client navigate a claim or just auditing. I was a auditor the last few years of my insurance career. And even just helping students, just teaching a new concept, even managing a relationship in sales, all of those things, I feel like I help people to become more comfortable with things that are unfamiliar.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And adapt to change. So I like to say that, my background is unusual, but the common thread is being able to help people navigate change with confidence.
Come on.
Good.
Come on.
Look, that'll preach.
Navigate change.
Navigate change with confidence.
With confidence.
I love that. I love that. Woo. So you talk like in our topic, you're talking about AI being the best hire, like your business next hire. What do you mean by that? Like, what is the thought process behind AI being your next best hire?
Okay. Well, first I wanted to say, I know there's a lot of buzz about AI taking jobs. And so this is a different perspective, right?
Okay.
So what I mean is that you can implement an AI tool or several tools, and they can eliminate repetitive and monotonous tasks almost immediately. So there's no onboarding, there's no training. It doesn't take away a job, but it gives people more time to have great conversations. So, conversations that matter and that can move your business, right? So think about a business owner and all of the things that a business owner has to do. They're responding to emails, responding to leads, they're scheduling appointments, and they're doing all of these things on their own. So imagine having a system that can take care of leads after hours, schedule appointments. it's something that can give you your time back. And even with business owners, like, they don't need more software.
That's true.
They need more time. And I think that AI can give that back to a lot of business owners. So it's implementing AI immediately and just seeing the change. So
Wow.
it's a quick, I think it's quick. I mean, sometimes even when I am building agents, sometimes I am just amazed at how fast it can change and how fast it can change your processes
Yeah.
and give you time back.
That's so good.
That
That's
is
so
good. You've helped a lot of people and organizations adapt to changes. And so, what do you believe is the biggest mindset that the mind shift that leaders need to make as AI becomes a part of everyday business?
I would say, in my opinion, I think the biggest shift might be going from fear to curiosity. So business, some leaders might ask, okay, is AI going to take jobs? But maybe a better question is, how can I use AI to make my team better?
Yeah, that's
on.
good.
So AI
Come
is a
on.
tool, right?
Yep.
It's not a strategy. It's not to replace relationships. It's not to replace leadership. But
Say that again.
That's right there. You need to realize that.
it is
Say that again.
That little nugget, she just like slid right on past that. That's a nugget right there.
It's a tool. It is not to replace leadership. It's not to replace relationships, right? It's there to replace repetitive tasks. You still have to be who you are. You have to make the decisions. And even though AI gives you something, you don't have to take it.
That's so good.
Come on.
You
That's
make
so
it
good.
yours and you turn it into who you are. And so it takes away the repetitiveness of your day, the small things that kind of eat up your day, and it gives you more time for, again, those important conversations. So, I think that the leaders who will be successful are pretty much those who have curiosity, maybe those who experiment, and those who take the opportunity to use AI to maybe be more of a support for their team instead of competing with their team. It's not
That's
a competition.
Come on.
So
That's so good.
Come on.
I absolutely love that. It seems like what you're looking at is it actually being able to be an immediate impact on somebody's business.
yes.
Because I remember like even going to the dentist. That's always what I remember. I mean, it just sticks in my head. I'm there. I'm talking to the receptionist. I'm trying to figure out if this particular procedure is going to be covered by insurance. The phone is ringing off the hook. And she picks up the phone. Hey, can you hold for a minute? She puts it down. She forgets the person's on hold because we're talking for the next 10 minutes.
Right.
And this person
Yes.
has now done what? They call the next dentist.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
And that could have been a loss because my particular procedure was going to be a couple of $1,000s.
Right.
That could have been potentially a couple of $1,000s that this particular business could have lost because of that one repetitive thing.
Exactly.
That was something, that relationship that she and I had was something that AI couldn't do.
Exactly. I totally agree.
So I absolutely love what you're doing when you talk about being able to be a positive impact to the business by just simply enacting this particular tool. So how do you go about, first of all, getting the businesses to know, number one, who you are and where you are?
Well, now that is the hard thing. I will admit, like, that is something that I'm still working out because for now I go to businesses that I know for now. So, and I know people are like, you start with your friends and family, but also your friends and family have friends and family as well that have businesses.
Yeah.
And then getting one person to trust you, and then they can trust you, and then they'll see what you can do, and then they can say, wow, this is how much time I got back.
That's so
and,
good.
And also being able to just teach people about AI, just because then once people, they get a little curious. And
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing, having that curiosity, that healthy curiosity that will just allow you to say, okay, well, let me just see what I can do. And then even if someone doesn't have a business, I'm like all about, let's schedule some time and talk about AI, because I want people to feel comfortable with it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
We-
us.
we-
That's
yeah,
why
we're
we
talking-
have women
Yes.
leading AI,
Yes.
because we want to encourage women. Start where you are. Please don't be afraid. AI is a tool,
Yes.
and it won't overtake you unless you allow it to. However, start where you are. There is so much potential in AI.
Yes.
AI is a game changer if you allow it to be. Yeah. So
Yeah.
good. So
Yes.
good. Yeah.
So a lot of businesses are hearing about, like, if you don't implement AI, you're going to be left in the dust, and they get a little overwhelmed with what tools are out there, because we know
Yes.
there's a lot of tools,
Yes.
and we cannot if we wrap ourselves around a tool, we'd be in a whole bunch of trouble. You're talking about rabbit holes.
Right.
So where do you typically advise a person to start with when it comes to them being able to save time and increase their productivity and efficiency?
Well, I will say that there was one point I had to audit my own checking account. I'm like, how many subscriptions do I have, and what am I doing with all of these,
I have to do that now.
Exactly.
So I would say to start with the problem and not the tool.
Okay.
That's so good.
Right.
Okay.
And so, so when I'm talking to people, or especially business owners, I would say to not think about what tool should I use, but think about what problem do I want to solve today. What is something I just don't want to do this week? You know what? I don't want to follow up on leads. I don't want to send certain emails. The same emails I send, the same leads I would say start with the problem, and then pick one AI tool. Just start with one AI tool. And that's what I say, just start with one. Because what you want to do is you don't need to transform your whole life. You don't need to transform your whole business overnight. You just need one tool. You need one win. And then once you get that win, it just opens up the door, and you get confidence, and you're just going to rock and roll from there. I that's what I think. So
Yeah, and that's a great thought process, because your pain points, those things that are giving you pain, those things that you're constantly thinking about, that you're losing sleep over, need to be dealt with.
Absolutely.
And if AI can assist that, help that become a process for managing that, why not use the tool?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. We were having that conversation even before you came about, okay, it's time to build an agent to take care of this administrative pieces of things, so that we can, you get the release to work on the business when you're not always having to be in the business.
Exactly.
So
I
that
agree.
is so good. From a leadership perspective, we'll kind of shift gears a little bit. You developed a framework. Can you tell us about the GAPS framework?
Okay, so the GAPS framework, GAPS. So this came about just from hearing the same things over and over again about, okay, well, I want to use AI in my business, but I just don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. So what I did was I took like 4 areas that I felt like small business owners were like slowly, quietly, losing money. So the G is for generate. So you can generate leads, like a business that can generate leads, answer questions after hours. Now, if a business doesn't have that, there could be a possibility that they could lose clients every night, or lose business every night. Because if you have an agent that can answer simple questions and even schedule appointments, so when you come in the morning, you can just go straight to work. You don't have to, figure out, have all these questions answered. You can just go right into it. And then you have automate. And so again, it's just getting back the time, the monotonous, repetitive tasks they can take away from your day. And so it'll be great if you can just focus more time on driving your business.
Yes. Yes.
And then,
yes.
One of my favorites is to protect. So I know we're always talking about new business. I am too. I'm constantly talking about it. But what about those relationships that we do have? Let's protect and nurture those. Like in insurance, we'll just take an insurance agency. Like, little Susie, yes, you sold her auto policy, but you know what? Little Susie got married, and then she had a baby, and she has a house. Well, have you been checking in on Susie? Because you know what? How else can I service her and protect her? She may need a homeowner's insurance, maybe life insurance. So it's just ways to protect and nurture those relationships that you have, so you can still have automations for quick statuses and things to remind you on taking care of your current business. And then the last is going to be to scale. So you building this whole ecosystem in the background to automate and just do things, then you are no longer the bottleneck, right?
That's
Right,
true.
right.
You spend your day making decisions, the important ones, to keep your business running and to drive it, and then you don't have to worry about the small things. So then there's an audit, and then what it does, it literally finds the gaps in your business to see, okay, well, maybe we can do this on the back end, several different things, whether it's agents, widgets, even meeting with people once a month to talk about their social media, just different things that we can do to help your business. So I just feel like sometimes business owners, it's just a way to kind of help them to figure out where to start.
That's
Not to
a
overwhelm them.
fantastic
Really good.
framework.
Yeah, it is really good.
What was your motivation behind starting that?
Well, I felt like just from the last question, like there's so many things that people can do. There's so many tools out there. And I know for myself, just from having different careers, you step into something and you feel so overwhelmed. So what this does, it asks you a series of questions that you know. So you don't have to understand AI, but you have to understand your business. And
That's
business
good.
owners understand their business. So if you have this audit, or you go through this audit and then it identifies, it just makes it easier for you, because then I can come in and say, well, this is what I see. And it just takes away some of the just overwhelming feeling with AI, so.
That is so
That
good.
is so
That is so good.
good.
I need that in
Gosh.
my life. Like, for real. Like, I need that in my life. It's so, so good. So for organizations in the processes of integrating AI and decision making, how can leaders ensure that they are using these tools responsibly without, like, getting rid of the human first approach?
That's a great question, because I feel like when we think of AI, we automatically think, okay, well, it's thinking for me. And I have a client now who is very skeptical about using agents, and her clients are against AI. So we have to tread lightly. So what I'd say about AI, it should make you more human, not less.
That's so good.
Come on.
I agree.
So a lot of the businesses that I help are relationship driven.
Okay.
Right? So you're thinking about insurance agencies, maybe even law firms and service providers. People choose these businesses because they trust the people behind them. So you don't want to change that. AI is not there to change that, but it handles like the follow-up, consistency, the speed. So again, you can focus on being more human, having those relationships,
Yes.
getting in and then driving your business, instead of, like, I remember there was like a cartoon where there's like an octopus at a desk, and like each of the tentacles was doing something. And so
Yeah, I feel like that a lot.
Exactly, right? So yeah, I think that so and it is important. Like transparency is important too. So if you are using AI in your business, let your clients know, and they may be able to tell just for the simple fact that you have more time.
Yeah.
But let them know you don't need a billboard, you don't need an announcement, but just be honest, and then use, whenever you have important information, safety and data security are very important. So
Yes. What do you think small businesses that embark in AI today, where do you think they will be from maybe 3 to 5 years?
Well, considering AI is huge. It's not going anywhere,
Right.
right? And I know a lot of people are afraid of it, but I feel that small businesses are going to gain access to the same capabilities that were once
That's so good.
reserved
Yep.
for large companies.
Come
Yes.
on.
Right?
Come on.
So it's like you have to start somewhere. So
Somewhere, yeah.
Exactly. So businesses, like 3 to 5 years from now, I say businesses who embrace AI and choose to take it on, I think they will function with leaner teams. I think they'll have more efficient systems, better customer experiences. I just think that overall they'll be more successful faster.
Yeah.
But those who aren't, I think they will still be successful. But I just think that they will be bogged down by manual tasks, and it'll be a little bit harder for them to compete.
Right.
Yeah, I think that hits the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's going to be much
Yeah.
more difficult.
It will.
Yeah, when you look at how much they will be paying out for just the amount of time that it's taking for
Exactly.
things, and losing that time with their families, and just so many things that are super important that AI can take those off of our hands. I love the
Exactly.
fact of you doing the automations. That is phenomenal for small business.
And unfortunately, smaller businesses are waiting because they're skeptical.
Yes.
So, in thinking about that, what would you say to small businesses who are still just on the fence?
Well, first of all, I want to say that now is the time because you don't need a large IT budget. You know, you don't need a big department, right?
Come on.
So now the playing field is leveraged, like it's leveled. So I would say start with one tool, right? You can go to ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, just get one platform and use it to solve a problem, right? Maybe you there's a process that you want to improve, or some emails you want to automate. Just certain things that you may need help with, right? I would just say start there because what you want to do is you want to gain confidence through experience.
Right. That's good.
And, and then pick one of those things and then just start. Again, you only need one win.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is start today. So get out there. Just one thing, one win.
Yes.
So I have a question. What opportunities do you see that are being afforded to women to lead this next wave of the AI adoption, innovation, business? I say transformation, honestly. What do you see the opportunities for women?
Well, I see a lot of opportunity because AI adoption, it's not just about technology. I think that it's about communications, relationships, understanding people, problem solving. And I think a lot of women, we're already good with a lot of that anyway. We're good with multitasking. We're good with figuring things out, right?
Yeah.
So I think that the new wave of leadership, I don't think it's going to be reserved for or exclusively for data scientists or engineers anymore.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. So I think it's going to be for, people who can, relate, figure things out, use technology in a meaningful way. So I would just say for women, don't wait until you are an expert. Just start, experiment, be creative, and bring your perspectives to the table. This is a great opportunity. Women Leading AI. This is a great podcast, and I think this is one thing that is needed. So yeah, I would say women, get out there and bring it because we can do
So
it.
you use AI for your business, but do you use AI for any other, your home life, anything like that?
Absolutely. So I have a son, and he was having problems learning numbers. I went and I made songs for him to learn. So every day in the car, we would sing different songs to help him learn. So I do that a lot. Also, just managing my finances. Sometimes I'll use it, or just asking advice. Simple things like recipes. I mean, I don't upload my medical records to the system, but I'll ask questions even before I go to the doctor. I want to know A, B, and C. So, I mean, there are endless possibilities. And I tell people all the time, don't be afraid of it. What are you most interested in? Mm-hmm. What are you good at? Because that's going to be your key, right? Because no one, again, AI is a tool. You might be good at doing, I don't know, gardening. Make a gardening app. There are tons of people out there who want to know about plants and, so, and I use it for my gardening as well. So.
You're saying, you did some gardening over there. So good.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. You have done so much in business and you're doing great things in your life at home. Speak to the women about how they could get more comfortable using an AI tool.
I go in and just pick something that you're interested in. Start there and just have a conversation. There's a little mic at the bottom. Create your account, get on that little mic, and just start talking. You can even ask, I'm interested in this. Where do you think I should start? So I would recommend starting somewhere, just starting. That's it. If I could give you any advice, create an account and start. Again, don't wait to be an expert. You are already an expert.
Come on.
Just start. AI is just something new. It's a new tool. So that's what I say.
Thank you so much. What else would you like the audience to know?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I think that just, again, don't be afraid of AI. It can just be, again, it's to enhance. It's like makeup, right? You don't need it, but it can enhance your life in some type of way.
I like that.
So that's what it's for. So I don't know. I just like the idea of people trying, because when it comes to life, everything changes.
Yeah.
And AI is changing fast. So just get on the train.
Yeah. I love that. So where are you going now with AI? I know you have your business where you're helping the small businesses and things like that. You've built your app. Well, you built your framework out for your business. What do you have going on?
Well, right now I'm just trying to grow my business, right? Like, because I enjoy doing it. I want to maybe start teaching small things in AI just to get people on board with us, just to understand it a little bit better. I would like to start speaking more about my business because I just enjoy it, and I know that in order to get out there a little bit more, I have to put myself out there a little bit more. So as I tell people, learn AI, that I'm putting myself out there as well, because I do get a lot of pushback sometimes. So.
Yeah. So do you use LinkedIn?
I do use LinkedIn, and I am I'm building up my business page out. So I think just the networking is going to be important. So and people giving AI a chance. That's what I need.
Yeah.
So
Good.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. I enjoy being here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And thank you again for
so
your
much.
platform.
Yes,
so,
thank you. And thank you so much for your transparency.
Yeah.
That's very important, especially in the field of artificial intelligence, And thank you for joining us on Women Leading AI. We hope this episode was a blessing to you. If you have any questions, please comment and please subscribe. Subscribe to AI and share this platform with others. God bless.